Prison is no place for a vulnerable life, but as prisons are not gender selective, some women find themselves pregnant and serving prison time in these conditions.
Really, it's my first time, and I experience it now for my first time. But from my side, it's very emotional. For me, it's very emotional because it's my first time being pregnant in prison.
So why is it emotional? What kind of emotions do you go through?
It's like your needs, but you know how's a lady when she's pregnant, she wants to go. If you want to walk to your fridge or to the shop and buy you anything, you can't. Cravings and all that stuff. But otherwise it's fine, man. It's just something that you experience in prison.
Are you looking forward to having a baby?
Yes, really, I'm excited.
Okay, and then they're going to move you to another section, right?
I don't know, and I don't think so. Maybe that time I'm outside.
Okay, but if they sentence you for a long time and you give birth here, and then the time comes for the baby to go, what's going to happen? How are you going to cope with that?
I must just cope with it. Really, that's why I say it's something really. My first time I experienced it. If I must send my baby out and that is that, then I must just do it.
Is there someone who will take care of the baby?
Yes.
Outside?
If it is I'm going home, I'm gonna leave from my sisters behind, and they're gonna get babies here. They're gonna go to PMU and that. But I think it's something good, and there's members that will take really good care of them.
I'm here because of housebreak and this stuff. But I did get 4 months for 120 days for my housebreak and this stuff.
So how did you feel finding out that you now have to serve prison time and you're also pregnant?
I was disappointed because I didn't want my baby to be born here in prison. So, but I have to take it as it comes. But I'm fine.
You're gonna give birth while you're still in prison?
That's why I'm still in prison. When I go outside, my baby will be 2 months.
Okay. Do you know about the PMU unit?
No, but I heard about it.
So when you are on this side, what happens? Do you attend your prenatal appointments, your checkups, your pregnancy checkups and all of that?
Yes, they does take us. We go actually every time when we have to go. There's appointments, we go.
Where do they take you?
They take us to BMU for checking for our children.
Are you excited about moving from here to the homely side, and what are you looking forward to?
Not actually. I actually wanted my baby to be outside, but I'm taking it as it comes.
Mothers and their babies were kept behind single-cell units in the same section as other female prisoners. Some painted walls, with a few cartoons, constituted to an indoor play area where the children could get a taste of play and daycare. But babies born in prison start with zero freedom and are exposed to one of the hardest places one could find themselves in.
From what I see, from the time I've come in and out of prison, the time the babies was here, this side, it was like the babies started to shout, "Kankek," like they're getting habits. What the mommy do, they must also do, and that's the time they start to walk and that.
It's developing those kinds of habits and underdeveloped positive growth and learning that prompted the then Minister of Correctional Services to do something about the rights of the babies born to imprisoned mothers. Paulsmoor Prison was the pick, and the first of its kind, a home-like baby mother unit in South Africa, was opened in 2011. Head of Centre tells us more.
The concept BMU started from Females Correctional Center, where babies were incarcerated with their mother inside the center. With regard to the babies that were incarcerated in the center, there were some challenges that were identified, like babies didn't have that opportunity to see the sun, the rain, trees. They were exposed to all these environmental needs. By then, our minister was Umamu Mapisa Ngakula, who decided that this area must be renovated. Then the management team identified the area, then the renovation started. Then the area was launched on 2011 August, where the babies and their mothers was removed from prison or from the center, female correctional center, to BMU. The babies were given opportunity to play outside, to be stimulated.
As soon as prisoners give birth, they are moved to the baby mother unit, which is a residential structure housed among the staff houses within the prison walls for a maximum of 2 years.
What I heard, what the friends of and the sisters of mine told me, like, that side, you don't see stuff like that. It's like it's your home. I didn't see it yet, but I think it's true. It's like there's no girls and that stuff, and it's like the home.
As soon as prisoners give birth, they are moved to the baby mother unit, or BMU, which is a residential structure housed among the staff houses within the prison walls for a maximum of 2 years. Here, under the supervision of Correctional Services female wardens, mothers take care of their babies individually but share bedrooms, the kitchen, and other areas in the house. They are also assisted with getting organized in their lives. The children receive everything they need, from food and diapers to important documentation. The BMU will only house an offender and their baby until the child turns 2 years. Thereafter, the child is released to the designated family, relatives or foster family, and the mother goes back to the main prison to finish off her sentence. One such mother is Fazila, whose name has been changed for her protection.
I'm here for the committed fraud.
Okay. And when you discovered that did you know that you were pregnant before you came, or did you discover once you were here?
No, I actually came in with my baby. It was 3 months, so I wasn't pregnant in prison.
So where's your baby now?
Yes, at home with my mom and my sister.
Okay. How old is he?
25 months.
So the time came for the baby to be released, and how did you feel about that?
It was traumatic. It was a very traumatic experience for me, because in the time that he was with me, we bonded and we were very, very close. So it was very hard. I'm still coping with it.
Did your baby understand what was going on?
I think he sensed, yeah, because his behavior changed the week before he left. But he's doing better than his mom.
Does he come to visit you?
Yes, I see him regularly, about three times a month.
Do you feel that 2 years is enough for you to bond with the child before they're released, or maybe more time is needed for the mother and the child?
I think that 2 years was sufficient, because I wouldn't want a child to be here at the age after 2. He had to be exposed to the outside world. Bonding period at 2 years, I think, was enough.
And you said your mother and sister are raising him. And are you okay with that? Do you think that they'll do a good job that you would have done if you were there outside?
Yes, they were the 2 people that I felt was equipped enough to look after him the way I would have looked after him.
What is it like having a child and being restricted,
It's challenging, especially because you're alone with your child. You've got the other mothers, but each and everyone has got his own responsibility, the child that is looking after. So not having the support of your immediate family makes it a bit hard.
doesn't always make sense.
It's easy to ignore.
It's always asking questions. What if cars could drive themselves? What if we could drive on the moon? What if headlights were lasers? What if cars could run on water or even air?
It's called your imagination.
And if you listen to it,
great things will happen.
It's what we do at Audi. It's what we call Vorsprung.
It's more than a gift, it's capturing summer magic. Get a Galaxy S7 Edge with Tab 3 Lite bundle for $6.99 per month on My MTN Choice Flexi 200. Plus your choice of a Gear VR or an accessory kit. The Galaxy S7 Edge, now in blue coral.
Celebrate the holidays at Macro with big festive season savings like a Johnny Walker 18-year-old Platinum Label Whiskey gift pack with 2 glasses, only $9.49, save R50. Johnny Walker Black Label Whiskey gift pack with 2 glasses, only $2.90, save R20. And Johnny Walker's best-selling Red Label Whiskey gift pack with 1 glass, only $1.80, save R20. Share in these and other big festive savings for home, for business, for life. Only at Macro, big on life.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the man who takes the party from zero to hero, from bland to grand, from average to, well, to way above average. The guy who toots the party train horn and says, "All aboard! You are indeed a party comrade, and we salute you with a bottle of Chivas Regal 12-year-old blended Scotch whiskey, plus 2 glasses for just $279.99, exclusive to Tops at Spa."
Children should not be punished for the crimes of their parents. This includes children born to mothers convicted of crimes. The BMU, or Baby Mother Unit at Paulsmoor, is equipped to give the children a sense of normalcy in preparation for the outside world when they leave at the age of 2 years. Mothers are involved in different educational and skills programs, while the babies go to creche just next door to have their educational stimulation. Mrs. Anthony is in charge of the Early Childhood Development Program at the daycare at the BMU.
The program here at the ECD, this is an Early Childhood Development Center where we focus to the early intervention of education to the infants. And we have got a professional trained ECD practitioner that is coordinating and facilitating the ECD program to the babies. And the focus is for stimulating the babies. The early intervention is very important to the baby, because you'll find out that since they were born here, you will find out that there is less stimulation like other children outside. We have colors, as you see here, that there's bright colors to orientate them regarding colors at an early stage. We've got some storybooks. The listening skills are being stimulated at an early stage. The purpose of massage, it is a 6 weeks program, and it does not consider an age. You will start as soon as the baby is born. After a week, the baby qualifies to go to attend that program. So the service provider will come and train the nannies, and the mothers, they are free to come and be trained, so that the baby does not only end here being massaged, but the baby can be massaged at the center also after hours. But the focus is mainly to ensure that the circulation of the blood and the baby receives that attention of the mother or the caregiver.
The children even go to play outside.
Since we take them out, then we want to also make sure that they are equipped and they are familiar with the environment. When we are doing the colors, you will find out that even the facilitators will wear bright colors.
Mrs. Anthony says the running of the daycare center is as normal as the ones on the outside.
The mothers are bringing the babies and they hand over the babies like the normal routine outside, and the mother can be able to tell what is the challenge, or was the baby restless last night, so that we are on the same position with the mother, and as well as all the interventions are made here like the normal one outside.
When the weather permits, the children are taken for a walk within the prison yard. Although this may not be enough, Correctional Services believes it's a much better head start than before.
They can hear the listening skills, and the brain stimulation is there. When you read the numbers, they hear you, and then when they are at school, then that is just reflection from the brain. So it happens automatically, and it also assists the mothers, because when the mothers are gone to work to other developmental programs, which is formal education and skills development, you'll find out that they are comfortable like other mothers, because they know that their babies are being taken care of by the professional caregivers.
A presumed U.S. drone strike in the south of the country has killed 3 Al-Qaeda suspects.
Death toll in Yemen's 18-month-old civil war now stands at about 10,000.
People get killed or die and are actually buried before they're recorded, and we don't have a way of recording that, but we know the numbers are much higher.
Water restrictions are to be imposed on villages in and around the Nkomazi municipality.
Pumps can't pump the water because there's no water in a river, and if the water is coming back, then it's full of mud.
Those who can pray and those who can do any miracle to make sure that we've got enough rain, give it a try.
Giselle, not her real name, is one of the women whose sentence finished while she was still at the BMU, and she was fortunate enough to go home with her baby.
I was there for possession of firearm and ammunition. I was with the wrong people. I wasn't living at home at the time. I ran away from home. Yeah, that's when the police called me.
And how long were you there for?
I got sentenced 2.5 years, which I did 1 year, 4 months in prison, and then I have to do 1 year, 2 months on parole outside. I was fortunate to live with my baby. I was very happy for that.
Giselle says life at the BMU is awkward, but much better than the main prison environment.
You don't feel like you're inside prison because you don't get double locks. The rooms are more friendly. It doesn't feel like prison at all. They don't make you feel like prison at all.
Linda Loliwe, who works with imprisoned mothers and their babies, says that the current BMU model is working well for them.
This one is working for us. The children are housed in a as much normal environment as possible. That is where we are actually moving to have them in houses like we have at Portsmouth, where they don't feel like they are in prison. Obviously, it's the mother who's committed the crime, not the child.
Preparing for the child's departure without the mother is a lengthy and detailed process.
You need to discover who is the social worker relevant for that particular area. And because we at Posmo, we service the whole Western Cape. So we've got people coming from far, near. So that process takes from a month to even a year to place a particular child.
Does she feel 2 years is enough for mother and baby to bond?
Studies show that children know who raised them. So that first 2 years is the stage where they learn to be attached to somebody. So when the mother is there, then they learn to bond, they learn to know that somebody loves me, somebody gives me a protection, somebody is there for me when I cry, even though they are not speaking. So they use those senses. Even if the mother is going to serve 6 years or 10 years or whatever, then when they see the mother again, even the voice, they're going to recognize that this is my mother. The way that they touch, then they will recognize it. So it's a big bonus in terms of family preservation.
And what about familiarizing the children with males before departure?
Where there are identifiable fathers and fathers that are keen into knowing their children, we make that possible. We do family consultations where we make sure that the child also, sees the father in a normal environment. But also some of the fathers do visit. They are the ones who bring clothes and nappies and all the other stuff, and they on a weekly basis they will come and visit the children. So we try by all means to make sure that they can identify with males, but obviously it's a female setup where there's only mothers and only females are working there, so children will get to see males when they come and visit or see their fathers. We are trying to encourage some of our members also to come, just for them to see male figures, so that it's not a shock for them. But obviously we need to be very careful into screening everybody who goes there.
So it's not always smooth sailing for someone returning from incarceration. Monique, who also like Giselle left the BMU with her baby, says prison was much better for them.
So with my baby, it was a relief for me to go into prison, because I knew outside there wasn't the things for me I would get that is in prison. So it's almost like God put me there for a reason, because He knew I didn't have anything in support for me, my baby. There was a positive thing that happened to me in prison that I thought it would never happen, because you see, my mother, she didn't take care of me, and I wanted to make an ID. They always tell me, "Bow my face, you must bring your mother, because she's still underage." I went back there, they just tell me the same thing. I ended up in prison. I met with the social worker, where she told me, I asked her, isn't it possible for me to make an ID, because I really do need an ID, because both of my children, they don't have a birth certificate. And it was possible. She made it possible for me, so I have an ID now. Both of my children have 2 birth certificates, and I'm very happy about it. It's most far better. There's everything. It's even better, the food, everything, the beds, everything. So I wouldn't mind going back there.
Her joking tone quickly changes to teary as the seriousness of her reality hits.
I'm staying with my children's grandmother. Yeah, I'm getting all pay for both of my children, so during the month I will make a loan and pay them back when I get all pay. I do look for a job, but I still have a child to look after too, so it's not easy for me to leave my child somewhere, because I don't have money to pay Chris. I just want her to have the education I didn't have.
She's growing up.
Michelle.
Yeah, that's okay. We can stop. Thank you.
For some, the experience that is BMU has caused a shift and brought them to realize how their children need them.
It showed me how dependent this little one is on me. It showed me that I as a mother need to take responsibility for her because she can't do it herself. I love her so much. I missed out so much on my firstborn, and that's why I said it was maybe a blessing in disguise for me being in prison, because maybe if I was outside giving birth, I would just shift the responsibility to my mom, go on with what I was doing. But now I was sober-minded. I bonded with her. I was there with all her milestones. It was fantastic because I didn't experience it with my first child.
I didn't have a mature mind before I go in there. And like now, I'm a grown up. I'm feeling like a big girl. I'm feeling better to know what is best for me and for my children. If life goes on, I knew that this is right and this is wrong, and I must go for the right.
Brought to you by SABC News, Africa's news leader.